Hello, beautiful soul. Wow, this is one of my favorite topics. I know I've got many favorites, but this is about how to connect with your guides and follow your intuition. You know, it's one of the most often asked questions is how do I connect with my guides? Well, I can say, how do you disconnect from them? Um, and, and also, uh, just are you open and tuned in to receive the messages? Because often we think about, getting guidance is something otherworldly. And, it's not much difference to talking to your best friend. So let's dive in and see what we can discover in this video. Hello, and my name is Vonti O'Boers, Ascension Coach, Spiritual Mentor, and Conscious Counsel Channel for the Council of 12. Um, just welcome to my channel. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Thank you for being here. And if you're new today, well, I hope you come back and just enjoy the journey. In this video, I would like to debunk the myth that it's difficult. It's difficult, or you have to be special or do something special to be connected to your inner guidance, because it's the most natural thing to do and be. In fact, your unseen guides are always there for you. They're always there. All you have to do is create a line of communication, right? Have a relationship. So please stay with me to the end, as we will share an integration for you to feel the presence of your guides. And throughout the video, I will give you tools of how to connect, because that's what the video is about. And remember, please, to like, subscribe, and share this video with all who you think may benefit. And then, of course, my favorite part, when you reach out to me with your comments. So let's have a look at this subject, connecting with your guides. You know, people think it's such a I don't know, woohoo thing to do, but it takes discipline. It takes intention. It takes discipline. Connecting with your guides starts from the moment you wake up, not only when you want something or when you have 5 minutes on a busy day. I begin each day by calling in my team. Well, that is all who've signed up to accompany me in the unseen realms throughout this journey of my incarnation. And that has changed over the years. It's expanded. As I expand and I become a higher frequency, that guidance has also expanded and become a higher frequency. So I have a series of mantras that I use, and I'll share a couple with you right here. So the first one was guided to me when I first started on my journey 40 years ago, and is part of my book, The Secret to Life. And it's really like signing up for work with your soul, saying, okay, I'm the vehicle, you're the driver, where are we going? So this is the mantra to wake up with. I consciously connect with my spiritual self as I joyously open myself to a new day filled with wondrous experiences. With love in my heart and faith in my step, I follow Spirit without hesitation to the next phase of my journey. I ask for the highest possibility in all situations and circumstances as I followed the natural process for the purpose of my life. Yes, because I'm a bit of a 5-star girl, so I'm happy and willing to do, this is Von speaking now, I'm happy and willing to be the vehicle, but the vehicle has to have no agendas to be free to receive the guidance and the leadership. So, for me, there's no need to get into a meditative state or to see lights or anything other than to have an intent and to ring their bell. So, it takes, though, spiritual discipline, and I'm always talking about spiritual discipline. The more you call them in, the stronger your relationship becomes. So, when you decided to incarnate in this human experience at this time, you didn't come alone. You came with a team of unseen helpers that signed up to be there to keep you on track to nudge you into remembering the way home to your innate authentic self. And it's no more complicating than calling a friend, but you must consciously make the call. If you don't call, they don't respond because they can't interfere. Okay? They're there, but they're not there to run your life. You're the one that has to do that. You haven't, if you have a morning ritual discipline that works for you, please let us know in the comments. I would love to, and I'm sure everyone who's watching this would like to see other people's rituals and disciplines, because there are many ways to connect, but it has to be done first thing in the morning. That's when you set the stage. Get up before everybody else. And do your meditations and all your other things as well, if that's what you want to do first thing in the morning. But first, connect with your guides. Just call them in and say, good morning, how are you? Let's go. So don't get me wrong, in the early days, I used to sit and meditate for hours to connect and ask for guidance. But as I developed a regular early morning discipline, which, was guiding me, I recognized that I didn't need to do that I was always connected, right? And all I had to do is to ask and be open to listen and to hear, to get the wisdom. Today, I don't do anything without referring to that deeper insight, and I've learned to trust it implicitly. I go shopping with them. I'm constantly talking to the unseen. How I haven't been put into a straitjacket, one never knows. But it's the way I live. Another question that often comes up, and I remember having that issue myself for many years. How do I know it's my guides and not my mind chatterbox? Well, that's a difficult one, but ultimately it's a matter of what you pay attention to the most. Okay, the chatterbox communicates through stories with fear and doubt, what ifs and maybes. True guidance is subtle but direct. It comes to you in a sudden knowing or an idea that solves an issue that just appears as if from nowhere. And you may have a vision, or you might hear a song, or you meet a friend who gives you exactly what you need. You're being guided all the time. If you get out of your head and open up to receive and follow. Look, we're all intuitive. Intuition is simply the inner teacher. It is the voice of your sensory body. I'm going to say that again. It is the voice of your sensory body. It's like your antennae that are going to and giving you feedback. And that guidance is available all the time. That connection already exists. It's a natural process. None of this is unnatural. It's not something that you have to learn how to do. We have to unlearn how not to do it. Okay. It's a process that has been dampened by the outer distractions and dramas and the forgetting of who you are. Guides don't come to fix life for you. That's not what they're there for. They illuminate the possibilities in your pathways. Now, one of the most important things I can tell you today is frequency matters. Right? I think we're learning that. Frequency matters because the level of guidance that you can access is directly in relationship to the vibrational frequency that you are in. So if you are always asking for your guides when you're down in the dumps and it's not there. You cannot get high vibrational guidance from that space. So in those cases, you do have to bring yourself to a calm place, into a state of stillness. Stillness is so important. It's stopping that chatterbox to be able to hear. So the more reactive, fearful, and noisy we are, the harder it is to notice the subtle communication, as you obviously. And they're not separate from you or higher than you. They're disembodied spirit beings that are assigned to you for the purpose of this journey. You know, they're yours. they, they're waiting for you, but they can't interfere or do anything until you establish a relationship with them. Huh? So it's all about relationships. So let's have a look at the what we've done so far. Okay, just I'm a very practical spiritual being. It's all about steps. If you know the steps and you follow them, things fall into place. So let's start with the spiritual morning discipline. Okay, it's when you ring their bell. So mantras with intention. Okay, call them in however you want. It doesn't have to be namby. It doesn't have to be woohoo. Oh my beloved. All that rubbish is not necessary. Oh, it's not rubbish. I beg your pardon. But you know what I mean. Just talk to them like you talk to your friends, like you talk to anyone, with kindness, with gratitude, with love. And you go, you know, good morning, let's go. Because you're a team. The more that you call them in, the more of a team you become. So you call them in, you ask for guidance, and then you surrender and ask them to show you the way. You set your daily intentions in cooperation with your guides. So, you know, you go, well, today I think I want to do such and such. Please, you know, I never go anywhere without saying, even what I did today, I went before I started this video, I called them in and said, please go before me and smooth the way. I go everywhere. I send my guides and I spend spirit to go before me and smooth the way. And then gratitude. Oh, gratitude is the most important thing. Always thank them for their presence and assistance. Consistency. The clearer the line of communication, the more frequently, okay, that you speak to them and call them in for guidance, the more obvious the response will become for you. And then you can tell them how you would like to receive your messages because we're all different, right? Some people receive them in their dreams. Well, not me. Don't talk to me while I'm asleep, okay? That's because I once had a predictive dream about my brother and it came true and I shut that down instantly. I did not want that ever to happen again. So don't talk to me in my dreams, but it may be exactly how you want to communicate. So set that in place. Some people are looking for signs. Some people look through clairvoyance by seeing visions. I don't see visions. Well, not often. Clear cognizance, which is like downloads, which is what happens for me, and clear sensions is with, sensing things, feeling things, which also is the way that I communicate. And then at the end of the day, always know that you have free will. No matter what your messages are, you always have free will. Personally, I've learned that my free will, if it's better be in alignment with my guidance, otherwise, there is a little detour that I have to travel. But again, it's this, you're not a victim to anything, okay? Make sure of that. And if you look towards your guides like they know better than you do, no, they don't. You and them are on the same path. They're there to help you remember what your path is, not to tell you what path to go on. And that's really important to recognize. So, that's a few practical tools for you to know how to connect with your guides simply and easily. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is to help you to integrate all that we've just talked about and to get you connected, to really feel what it's like to be connected to your guides. So, how about you get comfortable? And just remember, comment and let me know. Particularly if you feel any different after this integration. So close your eyes and very gently and just get comfortable. Yeah. And take a slow, deep breath in And exhale softly. Just relax your shoulders and just in this moment, allow the body to relax and bring the mind to stillness. The way you bring the mind to stillness is just to observe your breath. You just bring it all to that one point of breathing and become very present in this moment. Now bring your awareness into the center of your heart. Not the physical heart, but the energetic space within you where peace, intuition, and soul connection already live. Now take another deep breath. Peaceful, gentle. And as you breathe out, let go of the noise of the day, the overthinking, the searching. You know, those are all distractions. No need to force anything. And now quietly, within yourself, say the following. I open myself to the highest frequency of love, wisdom, and guidance. I invite the presence of my higher self, my guides, my angels, and all beings who walk with me in pure love and service for my highest good and the good of all. Now just pause in stillness and simply feel. And then again speak within yourself. I ask for guidance for the highest possibility for this journey of my life. Please show me the way to my next step. And breathe. Notice what comes. A feeling, a word, a sense of knowing. Maybe just a calmness. Or perhaps simply peace itself. Trust that the subtle realms communicate in many ways. And the more you listen, the clearer the connection becomes. Now offer gratitude. Thank you for your guidance, your support, and your loving presence. Help me walk forward with trust, clarity, wisdom, and peace. Now take one more slow breath in and gently return your awareness back into the room. Feeling grounded, connected, and open to receive the guidance that surrounds you every day. Remember, it takes consistency and trust. Like everything else, it takes practice to become good at something. Except here, you're not learning anything new. You're remembering what is already within you. Treat them like your best friend because they are. Please let me know if you're enjoying these weekly videos and if there are any specific topics of interest to support you during these times of transitions. I would love to address them. Next week, I want to have a real dig into the next most important question. Yes, you guessed it. What is my purpose? What is my purpose? Oh, if I got $1 for every time I'm asked that, I would be a multi-millionaire. It is amazing. It's something that we know, and you know, it's all innate in us. The reason we're asking for our guides is because our guides are calling us. And the reason that we are asking for our purpose is exactly the same, because it's calling us. There is this inner knowing that knows. That's why we came. We came into this place at this time, in this incarnation, for the purpose of supporting humanity to rise out of the constriction into freedom, of remembering. And so the guides are calling you. That's why you're asking the question, right? The guides are calling you. And it's just amazing when you listen with the heart, with the soul, not with that little fella. And then for me, one last thing I want to share with you, how I connect to my soul and my guides. When I have a question or a situation that I really want to sort out, I journal. I write down the question and I put V for Von. Okay, this is my issue. I'm trying to sort out. Can you give me some clarity? And then I wait, and then I put Q. That's the answer. A for answer, and then I just wait, and I allow what enters into my cognitive awareness, and I write it down, and it's always exactly what I need to hear. So, guys, thank you for listening. It was wonderful to have you on board. I'm really enjoying doing this more regularly with you. And I look forward to seeing you again next week when we're going to look at purpose. Please comment. Please let me know if you have a special ritual that we can share with each other. And listen to you guys, because they are waiting for you. They are calling you. And it just makes your life so much more expansive when you stop thinking you're doing this alone and you do it with your team. Well, till next week, I love you. Love yourself even more. Have a great week, people, and I'm looking forward to finding out how you are putting all this in place. Bye-bye for now.